Hello and welcome to Spartan Sports Report. I'm Justin Allegri. San Jose State football 2-5 following the 14-10 win inside CEFCU Stadium against the University of Nevada. We'll recap that game with San Jose State head coach Ron Carter. We'll also preview the matchup with the Aztecs coming up this Friday in San Diego. Plus, Amy Lansky will have the story of one of the exhibition games for San Jose State baseball last weekend. But first, let's go back to the highlights against Nevada.
Rainy night at CEFCU Stadium as the Spartans take on Nevada, seeking to break a 4-game losing streak and beat the Wolfpack for the first time since 2007. Opening kickoff, the Spartans' Rashid Johnson gets it and busts it free down the near side, scrambling his way 70 yards for the touchdown-saving tackle was made by the kickoff man himself, Brent Zuzo. Spartans would get great field position but could not move the ball for a score. Have to settle for a field goal try from 36 yards out, but the snap in wet conditions high, and Crawford is forced to cover it up, so the Spartans turn it over on downs. After a Wolfpack 3 and out, the Spartans are faced with a long 3rd down and 14, and Potter rolls to his right side, connecting to Trey Hartley for a big 29-yard reception and a first down. But that drive also results in a punt for San Jose State. Wolfpack quarterback Tyler Stewart had thrown only one interception this season, but Trayvon Bieria snatches this one off the tip and brings it back 12 yards, giving San Jose State the ball at the Nevada 40-yard line. From there, Potter would cap off a short drive, punching it in on 3rd and goal from the 3, making it 7-0 San Jose State in the 2nd quarter. Spartans did a good job pressuring Nevada throughout the game. Here is the ensuing Wolfpack possession as Isaiah Irving brings down Stewart for the sack, forcing another Wolfpack punt. With a halftime score 7-0, the Wolfpack got the ball in the second half and pushed it with their best drive of the night. Stewart runs for 11 yards here. Later, they got deep into the red zone, and on 3rd and 1 from the 5, give it to Butler, but senior linebacker Christian Tago strings him out for a loss of 5, forcing a 28-yard field goal, making it 7-3 San Jose State. The first drive of the 4th quarter for Nevada didn't go well. First, a fumbled exchange on the handoff at a loss of 3 yards. And then next play, Stewart is pressured. He escapes, rolling to his right, throws on the run, and is picked off by Andre Chachere, his 3rd of the season, tying him for the lead in the Mountain West Conference. But again, however, the Spartans turn it over on downs after that and can't convert points. Spartans didn't give up any big plays really all night except for this one. Stewart gets a screen pass off to his running back Butler. With blockers downfield, he takes it 46 yards to the house, giving Nevada their first lead of the night, 10-7. Spartans got the ball with 6 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock, and they went to work. Trey Hartley makes it a sliding first down catch for a gain of 15 yards. That was followed by Roberson going 15 more yards and another first down to the Nevada 44-yard line. Then Potter was flushed from the pocket but threw on the run and on target to Tim Crawley, making the grab going out of play for 17 yards. That got the Spartans into field goal range, but they weren't done. Roberson gets the screen pass and takes it down the sideline, following blockers 14 yards to the Nevada 11-yard line. And on 3rd and 2 from the 3, Potter takes it in himself, diving for the pylon, just gets it enough for the game-winning touchdown. Does make a major hit here in a collision at the pylon, but just got it outstretched enough to get the score for San Jose State. Spartans win at home and in the rain, 14-10 the final, as San Jose State now improves to 2-5 overall, 1-2 in Mountain West Conference play. They defeat the Wolfpack for the first time since 2007. Kenny Potter, he was 11 of 17 for 142 yards and ran in for 2 scores, while Malik Roberson became the 3rd different Spartan running back to have over 100 yards on the ground in a single game this season, with 139 total yards on the ground on 35 carries. Tyler Stewart for the Wolfpack threw 2 interceptions in the game, only having 1 coming into the night. He was 9 of 20 for 144 yards and a touchdown. That touchdown to James Butler, who added 94 yards on the ground in the game. Spartans get their first conference win of the season, 14-10 over Nevada. On to this week's Lexus drive of the game, and the Spartans get the ball with 6:45 left in the 4th quarter after Nevada took their first lead of the game. First and 10 from the 16. The first play is a connection to Trey Hartley for 11 yards to the San Jose 27. On second down, Potter uses play action and fires it right to Hartley again for this pickup of 15 yards and a fresh set of downs to the 40. From there, it's Roberson taking it on the ground 15 more yards with the second down run to the Nevada 44. Then Potter doing what he does so well, avoiding pressure, throwing on the run to Tim Crowley as he nabs it and gets out of play at the 25-yard line. The next big play of the drive came on a screen pass with Potter throwing it across his body, lobbing it to Roberson, who's off and running. After that, we go to Potter for the game-winning touchdown run, and the Spartans go on to win. The drive lasted 12 plays, going 84 yards, and it took 6:01 off the clock, leaving Nevada with just 44 seconds. The drive of the game is brought to you by your Northern California Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Time now for this week's San Jose Police Department Homegrown Spartan, and it's Kenny Potter for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, the senior quarterback with the rushing touchdown to secure the victory for San Jose State late. But more importantly, before the game, San Jose State quarterback Kenny Potter spent some time with a cancer patient, 8-year-old Oliver, with the Austin Everett Foundation. He was with the majority of the team, but Kenny Potter taking some time out of his warm-ups to spend some time with Oliver. So, for his efforts on and off the field, he is this week's San Jose Police Department Homegrown Spartan.
We'll take our first break here on Spartan Sports Report. When we return, our reporter Amy Lansky will talk with Jason Hawkins, the new head coach of the baseball team. That's to come after this.
We started with the class-leading RX. We gave it paddle shifters to help you command the road. A sport mode to help you control the road. And a sport-tuned suspension to help you connect with the road. The Lexus RX F-Sport. This is the RX Elevated. See your Northern California Lexus dealer.
Welcome back here on Spartan Sports Report. San Jose State baseball got their fall exhibition schedule started last weekend. Amy Lansky caught up with Jason Hawkins, the head coach of the team.
It may seem a little early to be talking about baseball, but since the Spartans are playing at Hawaii this upcoming spring, they got to add up to 4 extra games to their schedule. Coach Hawkins thought it would be useful to use some of those games this fall. He said this was because the get-to-know-you phase between coaches and players is very important. The Spartans began these exhibition games at home against Stanislaus October 9th.
We played better than I thought we would, and probably better than I'd hoped we would at this point in the season. You know, just finished our second week of team practice in the fall, and the things that we were able to do from a team standpoint, the execution on the offensive side, the execution on the defensive side, on the mound, which is, baseball's baseball, but we ask them to do things that are a little bit different, and I'm sure anybody would be that way. And our guys have been very good at assimilating to the kind of culture that we want from an X's and O's standpoint, from a competitive standpoint, from a leadership standpoint. Those are the big pieces for us right now, and I think we're further ahead than where we thought we'd be. I still think we've got a long ways to go, and I still am not sure, you know, what our depth is and what the talent level is in terms of what this is going to translate to in the spring. But I mean, they're doing everything they could possibly do right now for us, and I think they felt really good about that. Just got done meeting with the staff, and we're listing the positives from the weekend, and it was filling up a lot of the whiteboard. The negatives are things that are easy to clean up. Had some communication issues that are normal across the board. The adjustments have been outstanding. We've really, I mean, I say it so much, I feel like, but it's true. I mean, it's a great group of guys that were ready, I think, for what we were bringing in, and they've done a great job of not just adjusting individually, but holding each other accountable for the things that we're asking. It starts in the weight room, and they're doing a great job in there. Coach Tucker and his staff are phenomenal. And then, you know, in the afternoons, we get them for 2 to 4 hours and have a little fun. So they're doing a great job.
The Spartans continue their exhibition schedule this upcoming weekend against USF. For Spartan Sports Report, I'm Amy Lansky. Back to you.
Take another quick break here on Spartan Sports Report. When we return, Ron Carragher, the head coach of the football team, will join us to talk about the win over Nevada last Saturday. That's to come after this.
The 2016 Nissan Altima. An IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus. With forward emergency braking that could stop for you. Get to your local Nissan store today. Take on sudden stops. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the San Jose State Spartans.
My name is Officer Tim Jackson with the San Jose Police Department. I've been with the department 24 years now. I was at San Jose State from 1986 through 1989. Played there 3 seasons. We had a lot of success there. We went to 2 bowl games. Athletics is a big part of my life. It teaches you how to work together. It teaches you to be team-oriented as well as goal-oriented, which is very similar to the job here in the police department. If you want to give back to the community that you live in, this is an awesome way to do it.
Spartans senior quarterback Kenny Potter isn't afraid to take risks. Or sacrifice his body for the score. Determination is how to build an empire. Join San Jose State Saturday, October 29th against UNLV with a deal too good to pass up on. 4 reserved tickets with food vouchers, 2 Spartan Legend bobbleheads, and a game-worn jersey for just $70. Get your tickets by calling 408-924-7589 or sjsuspartans.com.
Welcome back here on Spartan Sports Report. We're now joined by San Jose State head coach Ron Carragher. And Coach, big win for this team against Nevada. I want to talk defense first, and obviously that was probably one of the bright spots for this win for San Jose State. But the defensive pressure, I think, has progressively gotten better over the course of the year, and this was just a great effort overall. Talk about what worked for the team this week.
Yes, I think our guys have, and I felt some improvement the last couple weeks. It might not have been reflective in the score, but our guys are doing a great job of playing their gap, staying square to the football, not chasing the ball. There's a difference between pursuing the ball and chasing the ball. And so I thought our guys have done a good job staying home for the misdirections. Open field tackling has been good, and then swarming the football. Everyone getting there, because when you swarm the ball, you get a second, third hit on the ball carrier, and perhaps the ball can come loose. We didn't see that this game, but that's what we're targeting for. And we did a good job from a rushing defense, and we did a good job in our coverage on the back end. That's the reason for the interceptions and creating those two takeaways.
Well, that was the impressive thing, because we talked about the need to get some turnovers in this game, just because Nevada was so good at keeping the ball in their hands. Through 1 interception coming into this game, 2 interceptions in the game itself, and I thought the defense overall were ball hawking great.
Yeah, great job, absolutely. And you mentioned, you hit it when you said, Justin, they've only turned the ball over twice in total all year, and we got two takeaways in 1 game. So that was huge to do that. And then to not cough the ball up offensively, we win the turnover battle. And as I tell the players, when we win the turnover battle, we're undefeated in 2 years when we win the turnover takeaway battle. So it was good to see those guys playing good sound defense, creating those turnovers, and forcing our opponent into several 3-and-outs.
And the thing you've talked to me about this season is limiting the big plays. And if you can do that, you'll win some football games. There was only 1 big play in this game from Nevada. It was the touchdown. And the Spartans were able to respond. So here we go to the offense. The Spartans get the ball late in the 4th quarter, had the lead all game, just took Nevada. They take the lead. 6:45 to play, 12 plays for the touchdown, and a long drive, too, for this offense.
Yeah, I think it showed a lot of heart. You know, sometimes you look at the scoreboard, and with all the timeouts, in the back of your mind, if we don't get it this drive, if we can 3-and-out them, we'll get it again, you know, with 2 minutes or under. But with all the timeouts, or 2 timeouts rather, you got a chance. And I don't recall in my career having a 4th quarter winning drive that ate up 5:50 on the clock. And so I thought it was huge in twofold. And one, we got the touchdown, which was the goal, and not a field goal, but to go ahead touchdown to go up by 4. And 2, we ate up 5 minutes and 50 seconds and only leaving our opponent with 50 seconds left and having to score a touchdown. I thought that was big.
We'll talk about that final play too. Kenny Potter, and you kind of briefly mentioned it, getting into the end zone, obviously, because there are a couple times in this game, a couple times last week as well, where the Spartans were close but didn't punch it in. Go to Kenny Potter, and what an effort it was for the game-winning score.
Oh, definitely. I thought it showed a lot of heart, a lot of character, having been down, having the ball. Every quarterback dreams of that, getting the ball in your hands and driving the distance. And then Kenny certainly punched it in. It was a call there on the 3-yard line that we wanted the ball in one of our best players' hands and the run-pass option. And Kenny did a great job when he realized that he had a chance to score, keeping the ball, which is the first option. And he made a mad dash for it. And he laid it all out on the line, and he stretched his arm out and hit the pylon, which by definition is a touchdown, as you know, and touched the pylon. And he took a brutal hit instantaneously right after that. Double hit, rather, from the defender and then the ground thereafter. But all in all, Kenny's okay. But I thought it was just showed a lot of heart of our offense to make that game-winning drive.
And a lot of trust from the coaching staff throughout this game, because this offense was aggressive, going for it on 4th down, that first possession. A lot of it had to do with Malik Roberson being the hot hand. And great week last week for Malik, and an even better one this week.
Yeah, it was great to see. He's been such a steady, consistent young man. It doesn't show up in stats, but special teams. He's been a good player for us on our kickoff coverage unit. And such a well-respected young man in our program by his peers and teammates. So it was great to give him the ball, let him carry the ball 30-plus, 35 times in the game, and rush for 135 yards. Malik had a heck of a game.
Well, and this also, a win for San Jose State, I think kind of relieves a little bit of the pressure building with this team when you have a little bit of a losing streak. A win like this where you have to grind it out, I think really helps boost the team.
Yeah, and it goes to show you the margin between victory and losses is a very slim one. And you know, the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat, we kept competing. We stayed in the moment. I thought the guys did a great job of being dialed in and playing hard. And yeah, it was a big win for a couple reasons. One, getting that win after some tough losses, but also being able to beat a program that we hadn't beaten since 2007. And I think lost 11 of the last 12 games against that program. So big win for us. And the most rewarding part for me is seeing our young men be able to celebrate. They reap the benefit of a lot of hard work invested during the week and in the offseason to get those victories.
All right, we'll take a quick break here with Coach Carrer. We'll talk the Aztecs of San Diego State when we return on Spartan Sports Report.
Honoring all-around excellence in men's and women's collegiate competition. Every division, every sport, the Learfield Directors Cup. The prestigious award continues its reign as the crowning achievement in college athletics. To follow your favorite team, like us on Facebook, find us online and on Twitter. The Learfield Directors Cup.
We started with the class-leading RX. We gave it paddle shifters to help you command the road. A sport mode to help you control the road. And a sport-tuned suspension to help you connect with the road. The Lexus RX F-Sport. This is the RX Elevated. See your Northern California Lexus dealer.
Spartan Sports Report. We're continuing to talk with San Jose State head coach Ron Carrer. And Coach, big week this week. It's a short week as we head down to San Diego to take on the Aztecs. Does the short week before we get into the Aztecs, does that really matter this time of year? It seems as though when you're on the roll, when you're in a groove of getting ready for football games, sometimes a short week doesn't really matter. But does it?
Yeah, you can live with it and work with it because you're right. We're at that point beyond the halfway part of the season that our guys understand what we're trying to run. Nevertheless, you still want to get those reps in practice against a different opponent. And in this week, it's unique because they run such a unique defense from Coach Rocky Long and his 3-3 stacked defense with all the slanting and angling and so forth. it does take time to see those defenses, to get those repetitions. But all in all, basically playing on a Friday, just everything gets moved up one day. Yeah. And our team should be good and ready to go.
Well, then now you mentioned defense. Let's talk them first before we get into the guys like Donnell Pumphrey on this team. But defensively, there is a different scheme, and it's tough to figure out sometimes, just as a perspective from me watching it, tough to figure out why it's so difficult for teams to score against them. But what is it about their defense?
Right. What your typical conventional defenses is guys play a gap, and they're going to anchor that gap down, and everyone is assigned a gap. And they just play square. And Rocky's defense is different. Guys are slanting and angling, and it's different a defense to face when you prepare for it on a short notice. It's the equivalent to preparing for an option team in 1 week's time. We're preparing for a unique defense, much like an option is unique on a short week's time from an offensive standpoint. So our players have to do a good job of staying square when we come off the ball. Seeing the movement, not necessarily chasing the movement, but being able to be targeted properly and come off the ball and create movement for our running game, and in the pass protections can be challenging as well.
And they disguise it very, very well too. It's difficult for quarterbacks, running backs to read maybe what the defense is showing before the snap.
Correct. There's a lot of movement. Sometimes you'll see it's not uncharacteristic for them to have all 11 guys standing up and not necessarily knowing who's dropping off into coverage and who's blitzing or coming after the quarterback, as opposed to your typical 4-down lineman with their hand on the ground. So it is very unique, but our guys, we practiced against it before, and our guys should be ready, but it does create a very difficult challenge.
So, Coach, when looking at this defense, you know, it's a lot about the turnover margin with this team, and 11 interceptions this year from their secondary. They do a good job turning over teams. What is it about getting the interceptions from their secondary?
Yeah, up front, creating pressures on the quarterbacks from the blitzes, the movement, creates guys coming free at the quarterback, and the quarterback is instantaneously faced with taking a sack or getting rid of the ball. Right. And obviously a sack is better than a turnover, but you have to do a good job of protecting your quarterback, sometimes making the decisions quick and getting the ball released in a timely manner before they can get to you, or having a very sound protection.
Coach, how do you begin to attack Donnell Pumphrey? Because he's a guy that has gone off for major games in his career, over 200 yards several times already. He's averaging 185 on the ground per game this year. How do you begin to try and prepare the team for a guy this dynamic?
Yeah, no, he's an outstanding back. He not only runs with terrific speed, you know, perhaps it can close down between the tackles, but he's got that speed to bounce it and make something special happen on the perimeter. Game breaker type athlete, one of the best in college football, I believe, and we know he's going to be a challenge. They also have their backup running back is an outstanding player as well, runs for a lot of yards. So we have to do a good job of being disciplined, staying home, being stout up front in the trenches, and being able to contain him. Because I don't know, Justin, if you can say shut him down.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
tough. He's such a good back. They have a lot invested in their power run game. But all in all, if we can contain and limit, we can do an effective job from a defensive standpoint.
I think also, too, one aspect that teams are exploiting against San Diego State could be their offensive line, because it seems like teams have been able to get to the quarterback, get into the backfield pretty frequently this year.
Yeah, correct. People have done a good job putting pressure on their quarterback and stacking the box, if you will, of bringing extra defenders up there and almost baiting them into throwing the football.
Right.
And San Diego State has responded. Their quarterback can make those throws and has done a solid job of doing that. But really, their mantra is to run the ball effectively with Pumphrey and therefore move the chains and ultimately eat up time of possession, be in the plus 30 time of possession to limit the other offense from being on the field.
All right, should be a good one down in San Diego this Friday night. That's San Jose State head coach Ron Carragher. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Justin.
More to come here on Spartan Sports Report after this.
The 2016 Nissan Altima. An IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus. With forward emergency braking that could stop for you. Get to your local Nissan store today. Take on sudden stops. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the San Jose State Spartans.
My name is Officer Tim Jackson with the San Jose Police Department. I've been with the department 24 years now. I was at San Jose State from 1986 through 1989. Played there 3 seasons. We had a lot of success there. We went to 2 bowl games. Athletics is a big part of my life. It teaches you how to work together. It teaches you to be team-oriented as well as goal-oriented, which is very similar to the job here in the police department. If you want to give back to the community that you live in, this is an awesome way to do it.
Spartan senior quarterback Kenny Potter isn't afraid to take risks or sacrifice his body for the score. Determination is how to build an empire. Join San Jose State Saturday, October 29th against UNLV with a deal too good to pass up on. 4 reserved tickets with food vouchers, 2 Spartan Legend bobbleheads, and a game-worn jersey for just $70. Get your tickets by calling 408-924-7589 or sjsuspartans.com.
Welcome back here on Spartan Sports Report. That does it for this week's episode. Once again, San Jose State hits the road to take on the Aztecs of San Diego State. A Friday night game down in Qualcomm. 7:30 kickoff with the pregame show beginning on 1590 AM KLIV and the Spartan Radio Network at 7 o'clock. Thanks for watching this week. That does it for us. We'll see you next time.